Hello students, in today's session we will discuss about frequency response of operational amplifiers. So let's start. We have taken one capacitor here, this one. So this is called compensation capacitor. So due to this capacitor, the response is very linear, very good. If we do not take consideration into this, the presence of this capacitor, or we can say the circuit is not internally compensated, then the response will be not so linear, so sharp. It will be something like this. There are number of corner frequencies. So due to compensation, the response is very linear, and that is why we can anticipate its behavior being a linear one. Okay, now comes to the most important thing. That is why we are interested in frequency response of operational amplifier, and that is there is one term which is known as gain to bandwidth product. That is, if we multiply the gain with the bandwidth, that product will become constant for a given operational amplifier. The reason is, let's explore that reason. Suppose we have a unity feedback gain of 1. Okay, at this value the bandwidth is 1 megahertz. Let's say as given in this circuit, or as given in this plot. So we have seen that the frequency is increasing from 10, 100, 1000 and goes up to 1 megahertz. So this is 1 megahertz, and at 1 megahertz the amplitude is 0 decibel. Okay, if I inversely calculate its amplitude, it would comes out to be 1. That is gain equal to 1. So if we take the log of 1 to the base of 10, 20 log base of 10 of 1 will equal to 0. So it means this 0 decibel is actually gain of 1. Yes, gain of 1. So our gain bandwidth product will become equal to, that is gain is 1 multiplied by this frequency up to which this gain is available, that is till 10 raised to power 6 hertz, that is 1 megahertz. So this gain bandwidth product is 10 raised to power 6. So usually for IC 741 operational amplifier, this gain bandwidth product is obviously fixed, and this value is usually 10 raised to power 6. However, it varies as we vary the IC. If we use 741C, D, there are different versions of it, and for different versions we have different gain bandwidth product. But the concept of gain bandwidth product will remain same throughout all the op-amps, and the concept is the product of gain and bandwidth is fixed. Now how it becomes advantageous for us? Let's consider one example. Suppose we know the gain at a particular point, at a particular frequency is 40 decibel, and we can calculate also at 40 decibel the gain should be 100. Okay, if we take divided by 20 and take anti-log of it, it will become 100. So our gain is 100, and if we see this plot go by this, when this frequency was occurring, when the gain is 40, the frequency is 10 raised to power 4. So if you multiply by 100 into 10 raised to power 4, again the value is 10 raised to power 6. So this product is fixed, and this product is represented by this straight line. So this straight line actually shows gain bandwidth product. So it means, now come to the conclusion. If you need more bandwidth, you can note down this. If you need more bandwidth, you have to compromise with the gain. Yes, if you need more bandwidth, like at this region, gain should be less. Gain will be less, in fact. If you want to have more gain, see in this case, let's say you want 80 decibel gain. Okay, at 80 decibel gain, the bandwidth will be only 100 hertz. very small bandwidth for that particular operational amplifier configuration. Okay, so more bandwidth means less gain. That is the concept of or crux of this particular slide. So let's move ahead and see some of the more relevant examples or numericals related to this. Okay, next interesting thing is closed loop gain. We will see how the closed loop made an impact on this gain bandwidth product in coming slides. So whenever we have closed loop system, let's in this example we have a unity gain frequency, that is FU. We call it as FU. What is FU? When the gain is unity, and for the unity gain, that is 0 decibel, the operational amplifier keep on working satisfactory up to the level of 10 raised to power 6 hertz. Okay, so our unity gain frequency FU, we can write down this FU in terms of FC, or we can find out a relationship between this, and this FU is ultimately in terms of GPB, or I can say numerically this value is equivalent to यूनिटी गेन फीडबैक फ्रीक्वेंसी, यानी वो फ्रीक्वेंसी जिसके ऊपर हमारा जो गेन है वो 1 है, जहाँ तक उसको ऑपरेट कर सकते हैं मैक्सिमम फ्रीक्वेंसी, दैट विल बी अल्टीमेटली योर gain bandwidth product in terms of numerical values. So here the numerical value is 10 raised to power 6. That numerical value is for that frequency, unity gain frequency, and the same is for GPB, that is gain bandwidth product. So it means FU will be equal to closed loop gain into cutoff frequency, that the frequency for which you have designed that particular operational amplifier configuration. Okay, so we can find out this FC is actually equal to the unity gain frequency divided by closed loop gain. So we have another relationship also. Now if we have two options for closed loop system, now there are two options in a closed loop system. One is non-inverting operational amplifier configuration, when we provide the signal at this terminal, and we are using negative terminal or inverting terminal for the feedback purpose. If I use this, the feedback, there is no resistance here, so ultimately the closed loop gain will be 1, unity gain feedback. Okay, so the formula will be accordingly FC will be equal to FU or divided by ACL, and if we use inverting amplifier, in that case the formula will be a little bit different. We will discuss in next slides that why this formula is different for both the configuration. But what the actual point I want to emphasize here is that for the lower gain we always prefer non-inverting configuration. So please note down this term, this concept, because such concepts are very important for your quiz questions. For lower gain we always prefer non-inverting configuration. Okay, so let's move ahead and I'll tell you why this concept is here. Okay, now comes to the main point. You must remember that when we discuss open loop system and closed loop system, suppose in open loop system the gain is A. Okay, so C is output and let's say R is the input. So in this case C will be equal to gain multiplied by input, that is A into R. If we use beta as closed loop gain and keep it as negative feedback, so I will modify this diagram little bit and we can use a summary here, negative feedback. I hope you must have do such kind of diagrams in control system also. So this is our input R, and here could be the error signal, where error signal is the difference of R and beta multiplied by C. क्योंकि सी की जो आउटपुट है वो वापस हम लोग फीड कर रहे हैं टूवर्ड्स इनपुट यूजिंग दिस समर सर्किट, और जो फीडबैक गेन है दैट इज़ बीटा। और अब हम लोग वही कंट्रोल सिस्टम वाला फार्मूला लगाएंगे, यानी जब ये सिस्टम क्लोज लूप हो जाएगा तो उसका जो ट्रांसफ़र फंक्शन है C अपॉन आर दैट विल बिकम इक्वल टू, अगर आपको याद होगा दैट वाज G अपॉन 1 प्लस G इंटू एच, वेयर H इज़ फीडबैक गेन एंड G इज़ ओपन लूप गेन। तो इसी एनालॉगी को ध्यान में रखते हुए इन टर्म्स ऑफ A और बीटा हम लोग क्या इक्वेशन बनाएंगे, यस A अपॉन 1 प्लस बीटा इंटू A or A into beta. So that will become a ratio of the output to the input. So if you take the Laplace and so on, it becomes transfer function of the system. So it means whenever we do the negative feedback, what happens? The denominator becomes more than 1, and that is why the gain start decreasing. So as we increase the value of beta, more will be the denominator and lesser will be the overall gain. So you can see in this diagram also, when the op-amp was in open loop configuration, the gain was very high, okay, but the bandwidth was smaller. Let's say the bandwidth is to the tune of 200 kilohertz, just for example. And when we use the negative feedback, the gain decrease abruptly, okay, but there is one advantage, and the advantage is the bandwidth is now more, because we have the same plot and it has to follow the same path. As per the convention, the bandwidth is the difference between those two frequencies where the amplitude is 0.3 decibel lesser than the overall gain. So this will be the bandwidth, and we can visualize that bandwidth is higher when we use negative feedback, but at the cost of loss in the gain. Okay, so that I can say that the effect of feedback on open loop bandwidth is bandwidth always increases when we use the negative feedback, but with the negative feedback another thing will also happen, that is its gain will reduce. Now let's discuss one more important parameter, and that is frequency, slew rate and frequency relationship. Let's see how slew rate vary with the frequency and how they are correlated to each other. So there is one small example. The maximum peak sinusoidal output voltage, that is VOP max, that can be obtained at a given frequency f is found from this formula. So suppose for a given operational amplifier, from the data sheet it is given to us that you can calculate maximum output in terms of frequency and slew rate. उसने हमें फॉर्मूला दे दिया और उसने ये कहा कि जैसे जैसे आप फ्रीक्वेंसी चेंज करोगे आपकी जो मैक्सिमम आउटपुट है उसको आप कैलकुलेट कर सकते हो in terms of slew rate and frequency. So let's see. For 741 IC, slew rate is usually 0.5 volt per microsecond. I hope you understand the meaning of slew rate. मैंने ऑलरेडी एक पिछले लेक्चर के अंदर आपको ये समझाया था, जस्ट उसको दोबारा से रिपीट कर देता हूँ. स्लीव रेट मीन्स चेंज इन वोल्टेज जो मैक्सिमम एक ऑपरेशनल एम्पलीफायर अपनी आउटपुट के अंदर मैक्सिमम चेंज ला सकता है आउटपुट में within 1 microsecond, that is known as slew rate. So suppose on the x-axis we have time, and in 1 microsecond if the maximum change that could happen is 0.5 volt, then this is the slew rate, that is 0.5 volt per microsecond. और ये यूजली फिक्स है 741 ICs जो हैं उनके लिए. So now slew rate is also given. We know what is slew rate, that is 0.5 volt per microsecond. We know this relationship, so we can consider either we can calculate the frequency for a given value of peak, or vice versa. If frequency is given to us we can judge that what is the maximum output that could be withdrawn from an operational amplifier. So for 10 volt peak, we can use this formula and we can find out that this is the maximum frequency for which we can operate the operational amplifier, so that the voltage should be 10 volt, because we cannot compromise with the final output. We want that output should be there within a given time. So the frequency has to be maintained. So it means the maximum frequency up to which that operational amplifier will work is 8 kilohertz when the final output or peak output is 10 volt. If we can compromise with this peak, definitely we can increase the frequency, and we can also calculate this value. Yes, if the output is 10 times lesser, definitely the frequency will also be 10 times higher. Okay, so if we can compromise with the final output, we can increase its bandwidth, we can operate at higher frequencies. Or in some cases, when we have to have higher frequencies, it means either we need high slew rate operational amplifiers, or we have to compromise with the final output. So you have to take care of these things. I hope in this session you must be able to understand the relationship between frequency with slew rate, frequency with the gain, and finally gain bandwidth product. So that's all for today's session. Thanks for watching.